Right, folks, back here at Reading Park. Thanks again to Matthew and the team for letting me use one of their kitchens today. So perfect for what we needed. Without further ado, we're here. It's January. We're all trying to be a little bit healthier, but today we're going to sort of try and recreate a little bit of kind of a comfort food, a little bit of tandoori chicken, and some nice rice pilaf. So, but without some of the nasty stuff. So we've got here a really lean chicken breast. So first thing we're going to do is get our chicken marinated. So we're going to make a little marinade. So we've got some tandoori spice here, just a little bit, a couple of teaspoons. We're going to mix that with some fat-free yogurt. So it's perfect for savoury stuff, perfect for marinades. So we're just going to add a little bit of that to there. So we're just going to squeeze a little bit of citrus in there, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of lime juice, not much. We don't want to sort of break the chicken down too much. It's just to give it a little bit of zing. So we're just going to give that a bit of a stir, just to create almost like a paste for our chicken. Sometimes you'll see a chicken skewer and it's got big chunks of chicken. That's not what we want. So what I would recommend doing is cutting your chicken into 2 or 3 pieces, and then just cutting sort of quite thin, almost squares like that. So what that's going to do, it's going to marinate a lot quicker, and then when you cook it, it's not going to be as dry. You're going to have some really nice tender chicken. What you'll find with big chunks of chicken is that by the time it's cooked in the middle, all the outside's kind of gone really dry. Whereas this way, it's going to be in the oven for no more than sort of maybe 8 or 10 minutes, something like that. So we're going to get our chicken, and it's just going to sit in our marinade. Obviously, the longer you marinate it, the better. So overnight's amazing. But if you can get it in for 3 or 4 hours and get your fingers in there, give it a good coat, give it a good marinade for 3 or 4 hours, that's going to tenderize the meat. It's going to really flavor it, and it's going to add a little bit of moisture as well to it. So, pilaf rice. So it's a really old classic. When you go and you get in there and you get lemon rice or mushroom rice, generally speaking, it's baked in the oven. So it's always nice. There's always loads of butter in it. That's why it always tastes good. But we're going to do a fairly healthy version of that, but with all the same sort of big flavors. So we've got here some brown rice. So we've got 1 cup of brown rice there. So with any pilaf, it's always 2 parts liquid to 1 part rice. So we've got 1 cup of brown rice. And we've got 2 cups here of chicken stock. So I've just used a stock cube, broken up and dissolved. So we've got 2 cups of stock. We're going to add a good pinch of pepper to that, because you want a little bit of spice, but nothing too overwhelming. A decent amount of salt. And then we're just going to add, for colour more than anything, is a good dollop of turmeric in there, about a teaspoon. So we're going to get that really nice yellow rice, something a little bit more interesting, but with brown rice you're doing yourself a bit more of a favour. So that gets covered with oil, and we're going to baste that for about 35 to 40 minutes in a hot oven, about 180 to 190.
Yep.
Right, so our chicken's been marinating now for about 4 hours. Each skewer is going to probably have maybe 15 pieces of chicken on it. So you get, A, it cooks quicker, but B, every single piece has got marinade almost right to the centre. And instead of being big, chewy, horrible bits of chicken, you actually get really nice, these are only going to take probably maybe 10 or 12 minutes to cook. So basically we want to cook them while our rice is still cooking. We're going to cook the chicken so it's all ready at the same time. So I've put an oven tray in the oven already, so that's heating up. So we've got a nice hot surface with it. So when the rice has got about 15 minutes left, then we're going to put our chicken in. So hopefully they'll be ready at the same time. So we've got a nice hot tray. We're just going to put a touch of oil just to stop it sticking. If you want to leave the oil out, just put a piece of greaseproof paper on when you put your tray in the oven. So these, you can hear it sizzling there. So they're going to go in for about the last 15 minutes of our rice cooking. So right, time has just gone off. Rice has been in for about 30 minutes, 35 minutes. These have been in for about 15 minutes. So they've got really nice colour on the outside. Loads of juice just starting to come out. Pull them out, rest them for 3 or 4 minutes. So they're your kind of tandoori inspired skewers. And in here, we have gorgeous, steamy, fluffy yellow rice. So I find by doing it this way, You can control the cooking the whole time. What you're left with is really nice. With brown rice, you get that real nuttiness to it as well. So there's a load more flavour in brown rice. So that's our yellow pilaf rice, a little bit sticky. And then we're going to serve these together once our chicken's rested. Okay, so what we're going to do here is any juice left from our chicken tray, it's going to pour it back through your rice like that, so you're not losing any flavour at all. Give that a little stir through just to serve it. Just going to put some nice bit of rice down the middle of the plate. So all of that flavour, any flavour that's come from the chicken, all that spice and all that juice, nice tartness from the yogurt. You need to serve really, really simple. Hold your skewer and then just pull your meat off like that. I don't know if you can see in the middle how juicy and succulent that chicken still is. It's just cooked. If you had big chunks of chicken, to get it cooked like that, you'd have to have a Michelin star, I think. But by doing little chunks of chicken like that, it's so easy to keep it nice and moist. And then just to finish, a little bit more low-fat yogurt. Just dollop it on the top like that. You could serve this sort of family style. What it's really nice with a nice sort of cucumber and tomato salad. But then we're just going to finish it with a little bit more tandoori spice. Just for a pop of colour. And then just for a little bit of extra crunch and make it a little bit interesting, we've got some really nice onion seeds on the top like that. Could do a little bit of coriander perhaps. But there you've got a really healthy but really, really tasty curry chicken skewer with pilaf rice.